YouTube rank is by far the best rank that a player can get on Hypixel, and for years it's been a controversial topic for players of the server. These players get insane benefits, which can be seen by some as an unfair advantage, and as long as the rank has existed, there's been a lot of controversy regarding unfair treatment towards content creators. So what does a player get for YouTube rank? We all know that it requires 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, and once you apply, the staff will review it, find out whether or not you're making Hypixel content, and if you do, then they will give you free MVP++ benefits, which is the value of $45 plus $8 a month, including /nick, /stream, private games, flight in lobbies, cosmetics, auto tip, chat emojis, map selectors, custom particles, everything. The ability to pick custom nicknames, which is only something that staff can do otherwise. YouTubers also get a special bypass for the anti-advertising rule, most likely so they can promote their streams in the chat. And most controversially, in my opinion, YouTubers get a bypass for watchdog cheat detection. In other words, they don't get lagged back, and they don't see that bot spinning around them when they get WDR'd. This actually spawned a whole lot of controversy because for about 2 days, YouTube Ranks lost this special bypass, and a lot of creators were standing up and saying, hey, this is kind of unfair now that I think about it.
I think it's a good thing in a way because it makes it more fair when you compare YouTubers to like the rest of players. I don't think there should be a big difference in the gameplay, but at the same time, I feel like the main problem is that the anti-cheat is obstructing with gameplay to begin with. So I think that there should be more of a focus to making that not a thing. I feel like this is sort of like a temporary solution as opposed to like the solution that we ideally all want.
You basically just like stole every word that I was thinking. Basically, like the widely believed reason that YouTube ranks didn't have Watchdog is because it makes the game less clean. Like it looks like unfun to play. So Hypixel didn't want the YouTubers to have like an unfun looking experience, so they gave us like super clean gameplay. But the thing is, and I always like knock on Hypixel, I'm the person that like bullies Hypixel a little bit. I just feel like it shouldn't be the YouTube ranks that have a good experience and then everybody else have a bad one. It shouldn't be we have a bad experience along with everyone else. I feel like it should be everyone has the same clean experience that isn't obstructed by the terrible anti-cheat that makes it so you can't hit somebody when they're 2 blocks away from you. Hit registration, lag backs, and everything like that shouldn't affect anyone.
Yeah, I think it is fair. There's been a problem for a long time, especially with the forums, where people complain about YouTube ranks getting advantages of all sorts of, whether or not it has to do with the rank. In Bed Wars, I know I felt very fortunate not to have to deal with the lag backs and stuff, but I do realize it is fair that everybody experiences it now. But I guess one thing to think about though is that maybe they'll be toning back on how obstructive it is starting next year with the eventual death of alt shops, as Lego knows very well.
Yep, it's coming.
So maybe they will loosen up on that sort of thing. So I'm not worried in the long term. But it turns out that the advantage was taken away because of a bug. So Hypixel reinstated the bypass. So YouTubers, again, still bypass Watchdog. Now, I know technically in the background there is still cheat detection being used on them, but the aspects of it that make hit registration less accurate and the visual effects, basically from the perspective of a player, Watchdog doesn't exist if you're a YouTuber. Obviously, there is still some stuff going on in the background, but it's a lot less intrusive. There's also an unspoken benefit of YouTube rank, which is that because of your red name, you stick out in lobbies. Now, some people in the lobby might actually recognize you from your videos, and others will just know that you're a YouTuber because of your red name. Because of this, players always will want to get either your attention or the attention of your viewers. In PvE game modes, such as Skyblock, this can mean that players will give gifts to you in the hopes of being thanked directly, or they'll try, if they can't get your attention by giving you stuff, they'll try to annoy you by eliciting any response at all, even a negative one, like body blocking or making loud noises, stereo pans. In PvP game modes, most attention seekers can't really do anything to help you other than, I guess, reverse stream sniping, which is very rare for a game mode like Bed Wars. So most of them will target or stream snipe, which is annoying. But by the way, if a YouTuber's nicked, they're actually protected under a Hypixel rule that was instated recently thanks to one of my rants, which states that if a YouTuber is nicked and streaming, if you bother them on stream and target and harass them, you can get punished. So that's really cool. 30virus Rants in the process of making change right there. Anyway, typically YouTubers who are active in the community get special communications access with staff and other important players. Because of these connections, it's easier to report rule breakers, appeal false punishments, get leaks on upcoming content. I personally have contact with a lot of the staff, and of course, this is a power that can be abused. I personally have not abused it, at least I don't think I did. But yeah, some players can see this as an unfair because, well, you know, let's say you got false banned and you can't contact staff. Well, there you go. A YouTuber can get unbanned within a day. Now, because of /nick and mods such as Nick Hider mitigating the effects of negative attention-seeking behavior, YouTube rank overall is a pretty sweet thing to have, as it basically gives you every benefit the server has to offer and more. Of course, minus staff privileges. This brings up a big question that has ravaged the forums and the community as a whole ever since the YouTube rank has existed. Is it an unfair advantage? The answer is absolutely a yes, but hold on. Don't cancel every YouTuber on the network just yet. Already, YouTubers have been harassed on a daily basis for this reason. And on places such as the forums, players get angry because of the inequality between regular players and YouTubers. In my opinion, the hate's misplaced though, considering that YouTubers are basically just handed these benefits for free, and they don't necessarily cause the inequality themselves. I guess since for many players, staff is inaccessible, the YouTubers pick up the blame for a system that the staff is ultimately responsible for making. Anyway, even before the days of Technoblade slapping nerds in Skywars, YouTube rank has been a token of appreciation from Hypixel to the people who are actively promoting the network. Back then, we're talking like before 2016, Hypixel wasn't the entirety of the Java multiplayer scene. It was actively competing with servers like CubeCraft, Mineplex, The Hive, Cosmic, Shotbow, PvP Wars, that sort of thing. Think to yourself, why did I start playing on Hypixel specifically? Why not all these other networks? Did you randomly find the network through a server listing website or from a Google ad? No, you didn't. Either you saw a YouTube video about one of the game modes on Hypixel, or you heard about the network from a friend who either, you know, themselves heard from another friend or saw a YouTube video. There's a reason why Hypixel YouTubers are given so many bonuses. It's because they play an essential role in keeping the server network alive. In my opinion, YouTubers are essential for the master plan of Hypixel's success, and they're the reason why the network's able to dedicate so much time and money towards development of their game modes instead of advertising. Hypixel doesn't pay their YouTubers, yet provides them with enough benefits for it to still be worth their time. Think of servers like the Archon, which dedicates thousands of dollars per video. I don't know if you guys knew that. It is literally thousands of dollars per video for an on-the-rails, quote, let's play video, which only exists to lure players to eventually buy ranks and pay-to-win items, and provides little to no entertainment value as a piece of content. Instead of that, Hypixel just provides good game modes, and it attracts players through good games, and the advertisement aspect of the game is not forced. They don't pay for it. YouTubers just play on the network because it's good, and because they get the benefits that make content creation easier. For example, /nick and using Nick Hider on the client side. It'd be impossible to stream, for example, Bed Wars, if every single person in the lobby knew that you were a YouTuber, especially if they watch your videos. Everybody would target you, you die instantly, it would be no fun. So yeah, you need some of these benefits to function as a YouTuber on the network. There are certain problems that come with having an audience when playing games. That's why people take stream sniping so seriously in games like Fortnite. You can actually get banned for it from the whole game. And now, as of recently, Hypixel's the same way. Anyways, YouTube rank on Hypixel is a win-win for everybody. The YouTubers get a chance to grow their audience and avoid the problems that come with an audience. The network gets free advertising, and the players get there's like a trickle-down effect, right? The players eventually get more content because of the increased publicity from the YouTubers, driving more players to join the server. And of course, a percentage of those new players are going to be buying ranks. And then finally, that increased revenue can mean they can grow the dev team, hire more people, and produce more content faster. Another aspect of YouTube Rank that people don't really think about is making videos. Well, it's their job. Yes, they are still playing a Minecraft mini game, and usually they care about their progress and stats, but ultimately it is their job. The difference between making a video and not could dictate whether or not you can pay rent that month. For many people, me included, getting maxed out in a game like Skyblock or sweating Bed Wars 24/7 is not the #1 priority anymore. It's to produce content. Take my Lemon profile, for instance. For those of you that watch my Skyblock videos, the whole purpose of that profile is to have fun with Skyblock's mechanics instead of sweating it. You're not going to find me foraging for 50 hours in one sitting, or, you know, grinding summoning eyes for a full 24 hours. No normal player would do something like spend 2 billion coins on a minion setup, but we did it because it'd be an interesting video. For lots of YouTubers, the stats don't actually matter so long as the videos come out good. I mean, look at Tommy Innit, for example. Back when he did play Skyblock, I mean, his skill average was absolutely terrible. He played dungeons all of 3 times because it produced a video, and he eventually left for reasons I'm going to get into later. His #1 priority was content, not sweating the game. He didn't care what his stats were like because he made funny videos that got views and grew his audience. Now, the reason why on profiles like solo and hardcore, I personally don't accept any help on them, because for me, the content comes from actually struggling with the game's mechanics instead of getting carried to endgame. But that's a different perspective. It takes a lot more work to do what I do, but you know, that's something I decided to do to try and stay connected to the community. One thing that I've been seeing lately is what happens when this dynamic is broken. Skyblock specifically has been lacking regular content, leading to YouTubers quitting from the lack of video topics, which is in turn resulting in many late game players losing interest and quitting, and less new players joining from the lack of coverage on YouTube. So you can see how the dynamic kind of falls apart. If the YouTubers don't get content, or if making content's difficult, then they move on or they quit. And because of that dynamic of new people coming in from YouTube dies. So it is slowly killing the network. Now, I'm not saying that Skyblock is dying, but I am saying that if changes aren't made to this soon, the network will show further signs of weakness and then eventually start dying. Right now, there's a lot of people that only play for a few hours a day, and they're able to maintain their Skyblock profile for quite a while because they're just not progressing very fast. So the next time you see a YouTuber in a Skyblock lobby getting handed 1 million coins for a shout out, just resist the urge to complain on the forums, because there's a lot more at work here. If you look at the big picture, those 1 million coins can contribute to a video that could get tens, hundreds, if not thousands of views, sometimes even tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of views. And that video suddenly becomes a route for a small army to enter Hypixel. And as I said before, new players means more money for the network, which means more developers, which means more content for the players. So instead of complaining to the YouTubers, saying they get an unfair advantage, just thank them. Just be like, you know what? Thank you, YouTuber, for keeping things exciting, keeping the community alive. And again, to them, it might not mean the world to get 1 million coins personally, right? They probably aren't emotionally invested in their Skyblock profile, but it helps them make content, which keeps this whole cycle going. And thank you, Hypixel, for having such a unique approach to content creation, making everyone's experience on the server better in exchange for what some call special treatment, but I call a token of gratitude. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. It was an interesting little rant. I actually didn't expect, I wasn't really angry. It's just another one of those specifying rants. This is something I've had it on my mind for probably 1.5 years at this point, because for those of you that don't know, ever since Skyblock has existed, YouTubers have been getting like railed on the forums for unfair treatment. And I wanted to put into words why this hate is misplaced. And I guess I finally did it. Here we are with 30virus Rants. Well, anyway, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.